If you're tired of the weight loss struggle like I was, starting every Monday and falling off track by Friday, then this video, sister, is just for you. Food freedom for me means peace. It means no longer being ruled by those cravings or constantly negotiating with myself. I lived this way for so long, you guys, and when I finally dialed this in, started showing up for myself consistently, day in and day out, fully committed to this way of eating and living, then everything fell into place and food freedom was no longer elusive. It was how I was eating and living. Once I figured out what I could eat that was in alignment with my health goals in living my most healthy, vibrant, energetic life, and what didn't support those goals, then the doors opened up. I looked at all the foods I could eat, all the delicious, whole food, plant-based goodness, and that was my menu. That's what I ate off of. And that to me released the shackles of all those things that no longer were supporting my health and wellness goals, so that I no longer wanted those anymore. They just were not an option. And once all those things were taken off the table, I looked at all the options I did have. It was all the foods that we know are so healthy for our bodies and help us live our best, most vibrant life. What I soon learned through my journey of losing those 55 pounds is abstinence is freedom. Let me say it again, sisters. Abstinence is freedom. No longer eating it or thinking about it or negotiating with myself about it. It is just no longer an option. And so I want to say that so clearly, because sometimes we think that food freedom can just be, oh, I can just eat anything I want. I can go anywhere I want. You can, but how free do you feel in your body when you do that? When I would go out to restaurants or go off the wagon and eat all these highly processed foods, it was not in alignment with my healthiest self. I would not be living the life that I have today if I continued down that path. And so I looked at all the things that were holding me back from living my most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. Everything. The thing that you're negotiating with yourself that you think, oh, I just can't give that one thing up, just give it up. Give it up for 30 days. You will be amazed, because if you can't give it up, or I'll talk about me, I looked at it like, if I can't give it up, that is not freedom. That's not freedom. I am a slave to that thing, whatever that thing is, whether it was coffee, chocolate, chips. I mean, the list goes on for this starchy sister. All the things, all the processed foods, the eating out, everything. We used to eat out on a weekly basis, sometimes several times a week, you guys. It was so much more than the food. It was the food, but it was also having someone else prepare the food, and I didn't have to cook it at home, and I didn't have to do the dishes and all that stuff. And when I finally released that and said, for 30 days, I'm not eating out anymore, it was just like, whoa, okay, now I can begin living. Okay, now what can I do? Instead of negotiating with myself, maybe I can just eat out once a week, maybe once every other week, or maybe I'll go with Sarah when no, done with that. I'm not going out. Anyone who invited me, the answer was no. And then I figured out how to make it work without eating out, right? If we constantly have those things that we say, oh, maybe we can do it just once a week or every once in a while, then we don't have to figure out the way not to do it. So once I decided 100% that I was not eating out, that I wasn't having those processed foods, then I had to start figuring out, okay, what does my new life look like and how do I implement it? As long as we're holding on to those old things, we never make the plan of how our new life is going to be. And so what will happen? Our new life is here, our old life is here, and we're constantly falling back to the old patterns and the old way of being. And that is not food freedom to me. And so here we go. If we want different results, we have to have different inputs. Same actions equal same results. Different actions equal different results. So simple and yet so difficult to implement for many of us, right? And if we really break it down and think about it, we think about the different input. For me, I'll just continue with the example of eating out. The different input was no longer eating out. So what did I have to make my daily activities look like? Input, cooking at home. Input, preparing food at home. Input, eating foods that I prepared at home. All those were my inputs. And what were my results? My results were I was feeling better, I was feeling healthier, and I was losing weight. If I didn't have those different inputs, if I continued to go out, continued to eat processed food, then I would have the same results. No longer losing weight, not feeling good about myself, and feeling so unhealthy and just depleted in my body. And I didn't want that anymore, you guys. So if you want different results, you've got to put in different inputs. You've got to do it. And just a side note here, those who are willing to put in the work and do the hard thing, right? Those are the ones that get the results. It's just the bottom line. This isn't going to be easy. If we wanted easy, we just wouldn't do it. We just wouldn't do it. We'd continue to negotiate with ourselves. We'd tell ourselves every reason why we can't do it, why we need to have that just little bit of processed food every so often, why we need to go out once a week. Like, we would continue to do the same thing. We'd continue to get the same results. But that is not what we're doing anymore. We're getting into midlife. We're done with this, right? We want to be done with the weight loss struggle for good and embrace our healthy, vibrant self. So it's time to have those actions that support our healthy, vibrant self. Right now, we've had those actions that support depressed, depleted, not feeling good, feeling bad about ourselves, unhealthy, out of breath, hard to move, like all the things. So now we think about, what do I want that life to look like? And what do I have to do to get there? And you know what? What I have to do to get there, if it was so easy, everybody would be doing it. Everyone. And it's not so easy. And you know what, sisters? We can do it. We deserve it. And just on the other side of that hill, of that mountain, is the life that you want to be living. And one thing comes to mind here. I just want to say this. For so long, many, many years ago, I loved talking about losing weight. My girlfriend and I sat on the couch for a year and talked about losing weight before we finally got up. Kids were little then. We took the kids out in a stroller and we started walking around the block. A year. Sometimes we're addicted to talking about losing weight, but not doing anything about it. And this is why getting honest with ourselves and really looking in the mirror and saying, am I ready to do this? Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to lose the weight, change my lifestyle so that I can live my most healthy, vibrant life? And the first answer is, yeah, I do. But dig a little deeper. Dig a little deeper. What am I holding on to that is a payoff that is keeping me living where I am? Maybe it's fun to go out every weekend, go out to eat with our girlfriends and talk about, those pounds we need to lose. It's a point of connection. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying that it is not in alignment with living our healthy, vibrant life. The behavior doesn't support the outcome that we want. And so just getting real with ourselves and deciding, do I really want to, once and for all, be done with this weight loss struggle for good, transform my life, and live my most healthy, vibrant, energetic life? I love it. I created my triangle of food freedom that was totally born out of losing this 55 pounds, you guys, and this journey that has taken me to get here and unpacking it all so I can share it with you all. I'll show it to you right here. I need to learn how to do it fancy on the computer. At the top is our commitment, our why. This is what we come back to over and over again that keeps us consistent. And consistency is the second part. We want to do this. This is the day in and day out, what we're doing every day to support those goals, to support our healthy, most vibrant, energetic life. And then the implementation. What does that look like every day? Like I talked about earlier, it's preparing our food, it's purchasing the right food, it's no longer going out. What are those things that we're doing that we need to be consistent at so that we can have the results that we need? And all of this together equals food freedom. We show up knowing our commitment, knowing that we're 100% commitment, having our why, we're consistent day in and day out, and we implement it like a rock star. This is just who we are. This is just how we live. And that is the secret sauce, you all. If you are ready for your own food freedom, not if, I know you're ready, you guys. Join my 30-day reset. All the info is down in the description box below. Happening August 1st, 2025. 30 days, we're committing 100%, and book a coaching call with me. This can make all the difference to push you over the edge and get those results you want. Let's do this for good, you guys. Come on. You can do it. It's time to put those desires into actions so that you get those different results, living your most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. I believe in you, sisters. I believe in you. I know you can do it. I love you so much, so much. Mwah. I will see you next time.